The Simpsons is one of the most popular American sitcoms that focuses on a 90s perfectly imperfect family and its tough luck with sanity. However, the show lost its charm in the 2000s and gained huge popularity again in the late 2010s due to its controversial predictions. But the question is, how did they get so many predictions right? You are watching Watch Culture, and today we're going to talk about how The Simpsons got its predictions right. Did a time traveler write those episodes? Or is there some alien behind it? Could it be the government? It's a well-known fact that the writers of The Simpsons are friends with many powerful personalities, politicians, and leaders. Is someone telling us something? Could it be just a coincidence, an agenda, or a plain marketing gimmick? Before we hop into the details, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends and family. The Simpsons has awe-inspired us all through its numerous accurate predictions, like the one in Season 3, where Lisa correctly predicts the Washington Redskins would win the Super Bowl, or that one in Season 6, which predicts about how autocorrect changes our words and their meanings. Another huge prediction is about Disney buying 20th Century Fox in Season 10, and some scientific catastrophes of nuclear hybridized fruits and vegetables in Season 11.
But the inside is brown.
Maybe the tomato seeds crossbred with the tobacco seed.
Not to forget many political predictions, like the National Security Agency spying on the public in Season 10, or the one about faulty voting machines, which features in Season 2020 of the show.
Well, at least I got a steady job.
But are these predictions always unintentional random thoughts, or is there a hidden narrative behind them? Let's debunk the most common Simpsons predictions. One of the most bizarre predictions about Donald Trump winning the presidential election had put everyone under deep shock. In fact, this is the visual which started cliched discussions about Simpsons and predictions. Everyone was in awe of the fact that Trump was elected president of America in 2017, when The Simpsons predicted it in 2000.
As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. How bad is it, Secretary Van Houten?
Now, let's look at what was actually happening in American politics at that time. Before that, we must keep in mind that the creative team of The Simpsons has confirmed that it takes a minimum of 10 months to make one episode of the show. Assuming that, in May 1999, 10 months before that episode which predicted Trump's victory in the United States, was preparing for its 2000s presidential elections. Now, both Republicans and Democrats were strong opponents of each other. However, this was the first time in the United States when the media was focusing on the third candidate running for elections as well. That third-party candidate was a well-known billionaire, Ross Perot, who created his own party called Reform. Now, Perot was not just another average candidate fighting for the 2000s election. In fact, he participated in the 1992 and 1996 presidential elections as well, in which he got 19% and 8% of the votes, respectively. As this was the highest third-party winning score, both Republicans and Democrats had a sturdy competition from Reform. As Perot did not participate in the 2000s elections, another candidate had to be selected who would represent Reform. At that time, a guy came and said both parties are too different from each other, and what America needs is a man of perfect principle who would be an ideal candidate and a perfect love child of Republicans and Democrats. Someone who has qualities of both parties and can pick and choose the best strategies. And guess who that guy was? Well, you might have guessed it right, Mr. Donald Trump. That was Trump's first electoral campaign. As Trump was already trending in news for his second divorce and a national embarrassment of his third bankruptcy, he didn't give a tough competition to any of the two parties. So it turns out it actually wasn't a random prediction. Donald Trump actually stood up for presidential elections before this episode, Bart to the Future, released in 2000. Writers of the show used this opportunity to joke about America's political system, assuming that people are so tired of Republicans and Democrats that they would actually elect anybody but them. Another uncanny prediction, which instates the fact that Trump would become US president, is this famous picture. It actually features Trump coming down from the same escalator, same podium, and even same logo, and it gave people chills. But actually, this picture is not even part of any show. This picture was just released for the promotion of The Simpsons' 27th season, Trumptastic Voyage, on July 7, 2017, long after Trump declared he was running for elections on June 16, 2015. Even the name of the season was inspired by Trump. This actually tells us how the creators of The Simpsons used this whole prediction scenario as nothing but a marketing tactic. Now, coming towards other major predictions made by this show, be it the Ebola virus or the sad incident of 9/11. One of the fans claimed that the show predicted the 9/11 incident in its episode The City of New York vs. Homer Simpson in 1997, when Lisa picks up a magazine and says how cheap it is to visit New York City. That visual doesn't have sufficient evidence to prove it as a prediction. It's just a picture showing the Twin Towers and the price of New York City's ticket. That's it. If only showing the digits 9 and 11 qualifies as a prediction, then helpline number 911 is also a curious case. So it's nothing but a below-the-belt coincidence. Another clip from 2002 in which Mart goes to Bart and asks him to read this book about the Ebola virus seems to predict the global outbreak of Ebola virus in 2014. However, it is actually quite comical to not know that the Ebola virus existed way before 2002, and it's not actually a prediction. Another quite lame Simpsons prediction, which most of us find fascinating, includes the famous prediction about corruption in FIFA. Like, was it even a secret? How could no one other than the writers of The Simpsons ever think about it, huh? And what about the time The Simpsons predicted about smartphones, video calling, and, smartwatches? It was no sort of prediction. It was a common technological advancement everybody in the early 2000s was talking about. It's just like you made a video in 2021 about someone going to Mars, and decades later when it comes true, which everyone thinks it will, someone starts calling it a prediction. Nope, that's not a prediction. So basically, Simpsons was a great it show which gathered everyone in front of the screens till the late 90s. But like many other shows, it also lost the popularity after some time. Maybe because the audience which enjoyed it grew old and didn't want to watch it anymore. Or maybe because the transition of Homer's character lost his focal point, its empathy. Whatever the reason was, there wasn't any intentional predictive conspiracies lying behind the show. And when everyone started talking about how accurate those events were, The Simpsons simply tried to use this as a tool for its glorious revival again. Thus, we must enjoy the show while keeping our critical lens open, as the rise in controversies about predictions and conspiracy theories is nothing but a trendy gimmick used by investors to propagate their agendas. If you like this video, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos in the future. Also, hit the bell icon to stay up to date and be the first one to watch our latest videos.